In this ever-expanding world of college sports, the Big 12 stands apart. In each venue, a program is writing a new chapter. Fresh faces finding their place. Veteran ballers cementing legacies.
Launches 4-3 at the buzzer, counted.
Energized environments ignited by passion. Championship programs chasing more. New coaches building belief. Proven leaders shaping the next generation of greatness. In a rapidly rising sport defined by heart, hustle, and high stakes, this isn't just any other league. This is a different league. In a league built on variety, talent, and depth, preparation is everything. Style isn't created overnight. It's earned through repetition, drill after drill, practice after practice. But the teams that achieve at the highest levels are defined by more than just made buckets or defensive stops. Successful teams build a bond, a culture of toughness that fights for a common goal, a sisterhood.
Well, sisterhood to us just means that there's nothing we're not willing to do for the sake of our mission.
I think sisterhood means just showing up. And what I mean by that is showing up for your teammates, showing up for your staff, showing up for your academic advisors, showing up for every person that's a part of this sisterhood, because they're gonna show up for you.
Some bonds are innate, established by a shared connection that goes beyond basketball. Others must be cultivated over time as players fight through grueling workouts, share experiences off the court, and grow from teammates to friends to sisters.
We truly are a group of players and staff and everybody who cares about the people within the program. Being here is so special and fun for me, and I've never been able to have so much fun coming to practice every single day and being around this group of people.
We've developed a second family, and the means through that was basketball. So I'm very grateful for the game to bring us together. But when you can share life moments beyond eligibility, I think those are really special.
Like any family in the world, it's not all sunshine and roses. You know, sometimes it's difficult conversations, it's difficult things that you go through together. But when you spend as much time as we do on developing trust, developing camaraderie, it allows us to really achieve at the highest possible level.
Sisterhood for us, it's something that brings a lot of warm, fuzzy feelings, but quite frankly is a lot of really, really hard work. But it's rewarding knowing that you are giving absolutely everything you can. And when the people beside you are doing the same, there's really nothing that we're willing to do to surrender when it comes to competition.
There are levels to building a winning basketball program. If one end of the spectrum is hoisting the trophy, then the other end is putting in the work behind closed doors. But even before players step on the court or coaches draw up a set, teams must challenge their bodies and minds. Every team has an off-season training program. Most teams have some form of boot camp, where training is taken to the next level and players are tested both physically and mentally. At Oklahoma State, it's not boot camp, but brand camp. And what's become an annual rite of passage for Coach Hoyt's team. Players rise early in the morning and are challenged with a number of daunting drills. To sum it up in one word, brand camp is all about toughness.
Toughness for us is not just physical toughness, it is emotional toughness, it's mental toughness. So the week of brand camp is really just about pushing our players, challenging them in every sense of the word. We've got a conditioning test element to it. We have elements that involve surprise, teaching our players to respond to sudden change in a way that is going to set them up for success throughout the season. It's really a week for us that we can look back on for the rest of the season and know that there's really nothing that can come our way throughout the course of a season that we can't overcome.
It's painful, but you know, she tells us all the time, you can do hard things, and I really believe that just the mental part of it, you know, basketball is a game of runs, and I feel like that's all mental and just what you tell yourself you can and can't do. You know, your body can do way more than you think.
Listen, y'all can do so much more than you realize, but if you don't show up and try and just empty the tank every single time, you're never gonna know. And that's the worst feeling in life, is feeling like you fell short. But that's you versus you.
Red Camp is the foundation, of our program. It's hard work, it's dedication, it's sisterhood, it's kind of everything that our program stands for.
Let me show you something. You see the way her face is glistening? That's hard work, right?
Red Camp to me is just kind of finding out who we are as a team and setting the tone for what we want to come to the season.
Together on three. 1, 2, 3, together. 3, 2, 1, go!
While on-court challenges are obviously a huge part of team building, much of the team chemistry is created away from the gym. Whether it's painting, or cooking, or just good old-fashioned fun, every team in the conference has emphasized the importance of building bonds beyond basketball.
Off the court, me and my teammates were really close. No matter what it is, we're always hanging with each other. We feel like we build a bond even tighter every second that we have.
I do think we're really fun, even we're in the hardest of times, like someone will be dancing or celebrating.
We're always goofing around, laughing, having a great time.
Our team camaraderie and unity, the love that we have for each other, I think that just goes a long way, and that's going to keep driving us throughout the season.
We made it! Now we're gonna go swim, huh? Yeah. She's gonna swim. No, we're not swimming. Yes, please.
The teams out west don't have to look far for unique experiences outside of the gym. Over the summer, BYU put their camaraderie up for the test and they went camping.
Dude, low-key, I feel like I'm in the Sahara Desert or something.
You ready for hike 2 of the day?
Not really. We are in the Slog Canyon right now.
Kansas hit the water, spending a long weekend retreat at a nearby lake.
This retreat that we're on means a lot to our program. It is our foundation for our success.
It helps really build our team unity, just being able to have a weekend set aside to just get to know each other even deeper.
There was a lot of fun to be had, but the true purpose of the experience was to allow the teammates to get vulnerable and to understand each other on a deeper level.
We talked about our pillars that are very important to our program and our culture. There are integrity, unity, thankfulness, and respect.
I think we spent a lot of great time here just developing a great team culture and just diving deeper on who we are as people, and that'll just carry us throughout the season to help us have success on the floor.
Some bonds are just inherent. That's the case at Houston, where 6 of the 13 members of the team are from the city.
Who's on 3? 1, 2, 3.
For those Cougars, their motivation is hometown first.
Well, one thing I noticed right away when I got to Houston is the strength of this city is truly in the people. And there's a passion for each other. And I think there's a real pride in being from Houston.
I've never hid the fact that I'm from Houston. I hold it on my back. I've never actually got a time to play in front of my family and friends, so it's a big moment for me.
I've been here my whole life. I don't think I would want to be anywhere else.
Growing up in the city, it's kind of everybody knows everybody. I do think there is a special bond between especially the players and I, because most of us did grow up with each other, or at least knowing of each other.
Some of the players from Houston, we do have a bond. Some of them I either played against or I played with, so it's pretty cool getting the chance to all rekindle and get to play for our city all together.
If I had to give the city of Houston and the fans a message, I would just say stay tuned. We got a lot to prove this year. We'll shock the world.
While Houston's connection starts at home, another team went a bit farther to create some shared experiences. Over the summer, Cincinnati's sisterhood went global as they spent a week in Italy, checking out the sights of Rome, Naples, and Capri.
We're in Italy! We're at the Coliseum. We're about to do an indoor tour. And we got practice later today. Can't wait.
The motivation behind the Italy trip was having an advantage of 10 extra practices, having an advantage of competing, taking them overseas where it's just us isolated and we could build chemistry, we could bond, was the main reason why I wanted to go. The experience turned out to be much more than that, because you start to hear them say, I've never been out the country before. And you realize you now are providing an opportunity of a lifetime.
And look, it's just so Italy-like.
Finding words for that is really hard for me. Italy was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever experienced in my life. And just The people there were amazing. The sightseeing was amazing. The food was amazing.
100. My first time out the continent, so it was like crazy learning about this stuff. Like you see it on TV, but being there like in person is crazy.
Outside of sightseeing, the Bearcats took home a pair of wins. Overall, it was an experience of a lifetime for the Bearcats, in more ways than one.
Sharing those experiences together, I think it improves our culture and the sisterhood tremendously, because those are experiences that this team specifically is only going to get.
And so this group, this team, our program, everybody in it this year, will have this one thing that connects us for life, when in essence is exactly what we mean by sisterhood. And so this moment that we have, these few days this week, is going to pay dividends for this season, but more importantly, it's going to pay dividends for a lifetime.
Cincinnati wasn't the only team to take their game overseas. In July, Texas Tech was chosen to represent Team USA at the FISU World University Games as 8 Lady Raiders traveled to Germany to compete in the most prestigious global competition for student athletes. After taking down Germany, Chinese Taipei, Poland, Finland, and Hungary.
And the Americans get the win. The Americans meet the Chinese in the final.
Team USA ultimately earned a silver medal after falling to Team China in the finals. Jalen Bristow led the team, averaging over 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, while Danae Fritz and Sydney Love added just over 11 points per game apiece.
What an incredible experience for our program and for our team. Not very many players get the opportunity to play for Team USA, and for our team to be chosen to represent Team USA in the World University Games was something that we will never forget.
Being able to put on that Team USA jersey and go over to Germany was an unreal experience for my teammates and I. We were able to play some really good competition, but not only that, we were able to grow closer with each other as well as our coaching staff. It was something that I would never take for granted, and it was an amazing opportunity.
We got extra time together to build that chemistry that we really couldn't have manufactured here in the U.S. It was definitely an opportunity for us to get a leg up both on and off the court.
While international competition provided obvious advantages for the individual teams that participated, the Big 12 Conference also reaped the benefits from such global exposure.
I think the conference can win globally, and I've said that. Both men's and women's basketball can be a true catalyst for international expansion. We have short-term goals and long-term goals when we think about the international marketplace. Short-term, it starts really with the cultural experience for student athletes, the global profile of the conference, and the fact that putting our flag internationally affords us an opportunity to potentially recruit and to drive enrollment. Certainly something I'm focused on.
Every program in the Big 12 has at least one international player on its roster. As basketball's popularity has risen, global recruiting has followed suit.
International recruiting is vital. The game of basketball has exploded, across the globe. And there's elite talent from every corner of the world.
Well, I think international recruiting, it's just like any other. It's a part of everyone's recruiting plan now. Basketball is a worldwide game. And I think the thing about international players is they have an amazing appreciation for what is here.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome just seeing the growth of us international basketball players coming over. I think it's just really, really cool to see these kids from different countries get the opportunity to come play basketball, create lifelong friends, memories, and have a lifetime experience.
I love having a lot of internationals around me just because we relate a little bit more. It just makes it a lot easier for us.
It's always nice to see people from Europe and all over the world. I think it gives like an extra connection. It's nice to see fellow international also chase their dreams.
Many of these student athletes represented their home countries in international tournaments this past summer.
Representing your country is always an honor, and I am very proud of it.
Spending summer playing basketball at a very high level and representing my country is something I'm very proud of.
It's not every day that you get to play with the best players in your country.
Getting a medal is a big time thing. It's a big exposure to us international players.
Team USA was also well represented by Big 12 Conference members as Olivia Miles, Audie Crooks, and Staley Hurd were all given opportunities to represent their country.
It was a fun experience. I got to play and compete with some of the best ladies in college basketball, you know.
Team USA this past summer was incredible. I got to play with such great players, and it was amazing to learn and to compete and to cultivate your mind and your body through adversity and to win that gold medal and stand up on that podium. It's just a testament to everything that you went through to get there.
Building off of all this international momentum, as well as the conference-wide commitment to expand globally, Baylor will open this season in Paris against Duke.
Baylor playing in Paris is phenomenal. It's a great experience for the Baylor Bears. It's also great for the league to showcase the talent that we have in the league. It's going to be prime watching, first day of the season. So I know I'll be tuned in, and I hope you are as well. And I think they will bring a lot of buzz to the Big 12.
Women's basketball isn't just growing, it's exploding. What was once overlooked is now selling out arenas, drawing millions of viewers and inspiring the next generation.
It's been awesome to be a college athlete right now, seeing the way that women's basketball is getting the viewership and respect that it deserves. It's been really influential.
It's long overdue. What a time to be in women's sports, what a time to play women's basketball.
I'm a former player at a really high level and had a chance to play on the big stage and in a Final Four and for a national championship. And so it's tremendous to see where it is now compared to where it was, because I thought we were big time back then, and now just to see where these young women are, they deserve it, they've earned it.
There's very skilled players out there. We all work extremely hard at the craft.
The things that these women are doing on the court, not just from a physical standpoint, but from an IQ and an intelligence standpoint, from a skill standpoint, is pretty remarkable. And anyone that watches the women's game can see that.
Women's basketball is so fun to watch, and I think people have recognized that over the past year.
You know, we've had really good women's basketball players come through college, and they've set the tone, and you know, I feel like we just play the game the right way.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Haley Van Lith, Texas Christian University.
When our student athletes that are playing women's basketball are making a decision, they want to go to a conference that, one, elevates the sport, amplifies it. Coming here to the Big 12 certainly is a great launching pad for those that are looking to play beyond.
Big 12 is a great pathway to the WNBA because of our coaches. Our coaches are really good at developing players. I also think the players get exposed to a great number of styles of play throughout the season and throughout the conference gauntlet, and it really prepares them well for the W.
We also provide our student athletes, you know, with a great platform. You know, when you think about our media partners, and they're getting great exposure.
We've got a unique opportunity here in that we're getting on TV more. The players are playing better quality basketball than they ever have. The talent is deeper than it's ever been. We've got to seize this momentum and make sure that the next 10 years are better than the last 10 years.
As the women's game continues to grow, there's a special pride that is taken in being the leader of young women. That brings both opportunity and responsibility, and the coaches across the Big 12 are not shying away from either.
I feel like it's my responsibility and obligation every single day to be the woman that I'm asking our players to be. It's something that I don't take lightly.
As a young female athlete, you look up to people. I take that into consideration when I wake up every single day. Like, I have these eyes looking at me, and if I can be a positive impact, then we know we're doing something right.
You know, the opportunity to impact young women, the opportunity to be a part of young women's lives at a very formative time in their life, and we get to support and challenge them at the same time. For sure, that's the best part of coaching.
When I was growing up playing and when I decided I wanted to be a coach, there were a lot of very powerful women in those positions. To have an opportunity to pour into young people the way that I was poured into is incredibly special. It's a responsibility, and we don't just talk about basketball. We talk about all sorts of things that are going to allow them to develop the ability to navigate this world.
You know, I want to empower them. I want to empower them to be leaders on and off the court, to walk into the world stronger and truly empowered to be the best version of themselves.
Collectively, all the coaches across the league, both male and female, understand that vision and are driven by the challenge.
To be a small part of what we're doing as a women's basketball family and community, to just continue to elevate our game, we all have a responsibility to do it. We have to continue to grow our game and showcase our talents and our abilities and who these young women are. And I just think the sky's the limit.
You can hear it before you ever see it. 16 arenas, 16 languages of noise in the Big 12. Every night feels like home or hostile territory.
Every road game you go on in the Big 12 is an absolute war with these amazing crowds and energy, and it's hard to win on the road because of the fan bases.
You know when the other team walks down that ramp, they don't want to be there.
Why wouldn't you want to be at the school where people don't want to go, where people don't want to play because it's that loud, people are that engaged?
I think a lot of times it's hard for teams to even hear any plays or what their coaches are saying to them because of how loud they can get.
You can go to a lot of places in this league and their fans have great passion and excitement for women's basketball. And we tell players this all the time, it's not that way across the country everywhere. And we're pretty fortunate in the Big 12 that we've got some fan bases that are incredibly passionate about our players and about our sport.
Around this league, the connection runs deep. People show up because these teams represent more than a logo. They represent community pride.
We're only one of 3 states with no pro sports, and the 2 million people that live in our state, you know, like they are looking at us as their, I guess, professional team.
They're just blue-collar, hard-working people. I mean, they come, they show up every game. They give us a lot of energy.
Well, there's no better place to watch basketball on the planet than Allen Fieldhouse.
I know that it's Kansas and we're a team, but I honestly like to think about like our fans also being on our roster, being on our team.
From the very beginning, we really worked hard. Our first game we had 311 people, and now it is what it is, and it's a great sense of pride for all of us.
Cyclone Nation and Hilton Magic kind of makes the program what it is. It makes the program special.
The home court advantage in basketball is such a huge thing. It is real here.
They call it Hilton South whenever we go down to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament because it looks like it's an Iowa State home game. So it's just the Cyclone loyal and they're loud and they're proud and they stick with us and we appreciate them.
Manhattan lives and breathes K-State basketball, which is unique. And it's awesome. This is a community of people who invest in their women's teams, so I love that.
If you want to hide, Manhattan's not that kind of community. You're not going to be able to hide. The fans have really connected to our GOAT, which is kind of a unique story in itself. But you're looking for those kind of marketing things that make the fans more invested in your program. And our players enjoy that.
Some fan bases have been here from the start. Others grew over time and caught fire overnight.
The TCU fan base here in Fort Worth has become, one of the best home environments in college basketball. And, I think it's because they fell in love. We took over this program that was, rock bottom. We're over there at the rec center trying to find players. You went from open tryouts to winning 21 games. And so that laid the foundation where I think the fan base here, really truly fell in love with this group.
I mean, the way that they rallied for us and became huge and so supportive in such a short amount of time just speaks volumes to how amazing this community and the support really is for us.
Each game, you could just see the crowd getting bigger and bigger. The pinnacle was playing Louisville with a chance to go to Sweet 16 for the first time in school history. The vibe, the energy, the student section, that game was one of the best environments I've ever got to coach in.
Ultimately, it's the energy that the crowd brings us that allows us to continue to reach the next level. My message to y'all is you guys help us more than you think, and you're important to us, so just get ready for what we're going to bring out.
We're playing with purpose for ourselves, but we're also playing for all 10,000 fans that come every single game.
If you're a fan and you haven't been to a women's basketball game, I challenge you to go to one and not come back. It is a great product on the floor. Once you come to one, I have a feeling you'll be back for more.
Come out and support this team early, and I'm very, very confident that you will be motivated to buy a season ticket.
Just know you're going to have a team that's going to get out there every single night and compete so hard for you, and you can directly impact our success with the energy you can bring.
Don't sleep on us, and that's both Big 12 and Arizona. Don't sleep.